We're back now with Jennifer Duhon, and Jennifer, we know when you're here, so is the food. So
Yeah,
what did
right.
you bring
I
us?
always like to showcase what the recipe is.
Yes.
So this month, our harvest of the month is sweet potatoes.
Okay.
One of our all-time favorite commodities here in Louisiana.
In Louisiana, absolutely.
So yeah, so we're highlighting sweet potatoes this month. We want people to know how nutritious they truly are, and there's such a great variety of ways that you can prepare them. So holiday time, we're thinking casseroles and pies, but you can really use them in so many different ways. And so this is something a little unique.
Gotcha. What did you prepare?
So this is a sweet potato and black bean quesadilla.
Huh.
So this one does not have any meat in it.
Okay.
Of course, meat could be added, but you have the black beans that are going to provide a lot of protein, and then the sweet potatoes are going to provide such great nutrients like vitamin A, vitamin C, as well as some fiber. So it just kind of gives a little flair to your sweet potato, but something different and just unique.
And so I have a question. So I like sweet potato fries. Now, if you're frying them, is the nutritional value still the same? I know I always have a question like that.
That's great. Nutritional value is still the same. You know,
Okay.
depending on your cooking method, if we're not adding a whole lot of oils or fats, of course, that's going to change that, but it's not going to take the nutrition away. And of course, you can air fry something like a sweet potato fry, and you can make them healthier by cutting them and doing them yourself versus buying a pre-packaged or a pre-made fry.
I got you. I never think about that.
Yeah.
But moving towards the holidays.
Yeah, so we want to just touch base a little bit about food safety. We know Thanksgiving's coming up, which is such a wonderful time for families to get together and just partake in all of the wonderful food.
Right.
But we want to encourage people, if you are worried about buying fresh or frozen turkey, if you're going to do frozen, just make sure you are giving it a proper amount of time to defrost. You're looking at for every 5 pounds, you want to give yourself 24 hours to defrost in the refrigerator. And be reminded, most people are going to want to season perhaps or even brine a turkey. So that needs to make sure it's ready for you to do so on the Wednesday. So refrigeration, defrost is going to be the safest way. We really don't want people sitting them on their counter for days or hours even. We want them to properly thaw their turkeys out.
I got you. And one thing I was thinking about here recently is I went to a restaurant and they were really big on like cross-contamination.
Yes.
Putting your meat here and then cutting your vegetables in the same spot.
That's right. So if you are prepping a raw meats of any kind, you want to make sure that you are going to keep that away from your fresh foods. And of course, we have a lot of fresh things going on, but if foods are not going to be cooked, you don't want them to cross-contaminate. So we don't want to mix our raw meats with anything that's fresh. So using separate cutting boards, separate knives, or just making sure you're washing them really well. Hot soapy water in between the usage is important.
I got you. Now, can I talk about the LSU AgCenter's like partnerships with local schools?
Yeah, so Harvest of the Month is again part of what's called Seeds to Success program. Any school can go online and find out more about that. But what we are encouraging is for teachers to use this in their curriculum, teaching about the different commodities of Louisiana. There's so many resources that go with it. And then there's also a component where you can add a school garden and be able to grow some of these commodities on your school. So wonderful things through the LSU AgCenter. We're always promoting our Louisiana agricultural products and commodities.
Absolutely. Well, Jennifer, I think that's all the time we have, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
You bet.